Hi, and welcome to a Friday afternoon live card making tutorial. This afternoon, I have for you a rainbow hibiscus card using the Happy Hibiscus bundle. Well, just the die, sorry, the hybrid embossing folder. It's on the last chance list, and I'm using all 5 of the 25, 27 in colors that are on sale only through Sunday, August 31st, 2025. So let me start by introducing myself. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 24 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube video, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. All right, so let's have a closer look at what I'm talking about when I say the hybrid. I mean, not the hybrid. Yeah, the hybrid, the Happy Hibiscus hybrid embossing folder. So what it includes all the dies and the beautiful 3D embossing folder. And so what's really cool about this, you can die cut and emboss at the same time. So you can die cut separately, you can emboss separately, and we're going to do some of both. All right. So and we've got some. Okay, we'll be die cutting with the label die and the intricate dies, and oh my goodness, so I guess we will. You know what? We're going to create a rainbow first because I need to do embossing after my rainbow. Okay, so, oh, you know what? I didn't put that QR code up. Can you tell I'm a little bit hyper? Here we go. Let me find this for you. Okay, so this is a last chance product and the stamp set is sold out, but I am going to show you 3 projects. I'm going to demonstrate one, but stick around and I'll show you 2 more that I made just using the dies. You can make beautiful projects without the stamp set, and you'll see in just a bit. And so this was normally $42, discounted to $33.60 while supplies last. All right, so let me come back, get rid of that. All right, so I'm going to put some scrap paper underneath me because I'll be not embossing, using all 5 of the in colors. And let's see. All right, and Miss Patricia is here. Hello, hello, hello. So I'm going to create a rainbow first, and we're going to start with Strawberry Slush. So these are all the 25, 27 in colors, everything on sale, but only 15% off, only through Sunday, August 31st. So we are running out of time. So pick that up. And I have 5 of the small blending brushes. The large ones would work. It's just I have mine all tied up for my thank you card this month. And so thankfully I had 5 left over of the small. So I'm going to rub it on here, ink that all up. And before I forget, because I usually do, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. And we're just going to create a diagonal rainbow. So really rub this in. I want my colors vibrant, very, very vibrant. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I can tell you what I did Wednesday. Oh my gracious. I've been on a tear of decluttering, and I've got the upstairs of my house done. I need to do the basement, but we'll wait till fall. I've done the garage, and then the other day I decided it's time to do the shed. Holy smokes. 11 hours later, I was done. Hey, Miss Rhonda is here. Fantastic. Oh, and Timid Tiger. Look how beautiful these 2 are together. And then I want to show you, because sometimes we think the colors is like, oh, that's just like pumpkin pie or something else. You know what, that'll be okay. I have the colors here. So this is Timid Tiger. And now this one you probably wouldn't think it was. That's Calypso Coral. Clearly not at all the same. Here's Pumpkin Pie. See, it's a different color. Just not the same. I mean, even the tones, I don't think I would use these 2 together. The tones aren't great. And then Peach Pie is orangey. So Timid Tiger is its own color. And it's good to see that, because I've often thought in the past that's like, "Oh, that looks just like," and then you get them together, go, "Oh, yeah, it is not." And I'm not necessarily an orange person, but I have to say, the more I use the Timid Tiger, the more I love it. You know what I didn't do? I didn't check my microphone. Let me check that. Make sure I'm hooked in where I'm supposed to be. Oh, I am. Fantastic. I mean, I managed to get it on and turned it on. I just didn't check it. I was busy making a couple more projects for you using the Happy Hibiscus hybrid embossing folder. The name's a little deceiving because you think you're just getting the embossing folder, but the hybrid part means you're getting the dies as well. All right, Darling Duckling. This is another color that's like, wow, you know, I didn't pull out all the yellows. I didn't think of it. I just thought Timid Tiger, because of the pear set that we have, you know, this has become really popular and it's definitely its own color too. All right. So, yeah, the shed. And, we've had that shed, oh gracious. My husband took me to the airport for a Stampin' Up! Convention. That's how long ago that was. That's when they were still called conventions. And he spotted that, went home and got my dad, and they went back to Grand Rapids and bought it, and then before I got home, they had it up. So he had to put it all together, and he made a foundation and all of that. And, and I don't think it's been cleaned out in all of that time until Wednesday. All right. I want to get that a little bit deeper right there. Aren't these colors, of course, the in colors go with other colors in the family, but aren't they beautiful together? They are just stunning. They really do a great job. Okay. And so I think I've got enough of the Darling Duckling. All right. And so somebody was asking me today about the cloud cover pad because she noticed that in colors were on sale. All right. We will never have a Stampin' Up! That Stampin' Up! Is selling a classic cloud cover, um, classic Stampin' pad because the chemicals in the ink did not work well with the firm foam pads. And I love our firm foam pads, amazing coverage. It just wasn't stable. They couldn't guarantee it. So they never offered them to the public, but the ink refills available and it works just fine with felt ink pads. And those are our 1-inch square Stampin' spots. So you can get those empty and make any color you want. I wanted something larger, so I found these, and I didn't want a hinged lid because that just gets in my way. So I found these on Amazon, and here's the link. And so you get 3, so you'll share with a friend or make another color and just take the ink refill and make your own. Because, you know, the ink colors are here for 2 years. I wanted a decent sized pad for the 2 years. And so with the ink refill, mine's not dry, but you know, you just do this till it's good and full. Okay. And so the ink refill, of course, it is on sale as well. So 15% off. So you know what? Yeah, you'll want to do that. Whoops. All right, so, and yet another, and I've got a different small blending brush for every color. So we'll load this up. This should be good and juicy because I just put some ink refill on there. There we go. And we'll continue with our rainbow. So anyway, I tell you that that was a Rubbermaid shed and it's been 20 years. And I got my leaf blower out I got for Christmas and all excited thinking, okay, I'm going to blow it out because plenty of leaves had blown in. And I thought, oh, I'll just blow all this out. Well, yeah, not the way I'd like. And so I got a hot pail of water and I thought, oh, I'll just take care of a couple areas. Well, once that looked so good, I couldn't stop. So I turned a big project into a bigger project, but it looks so good and it makes my heart happy. All right. So there we go. I thought, oh, you'll just, but yeah, it's all good. I was tired, long day. And my mom had a yard sale, so I took over some duplicate tools I had. I don't know why my husband had so many, but that was Jim. And I think I'm up about $60. I did not do that for the sales. If I did, whew, that wouldn't have been so wonderful, but that's a little bonus. Got rid of some stuff and a little bit of money. Hey, Miss Danette is here. And then Secret C is our last one. So I know we're leading into a holiday weekend. I don't have much in plans because it's the end of the month and getting ready. Well, yeah, for the month. But my mom and I will go to a craft show Monday. It's a tradition. There's a craft show down the road every Labor Day. So other than that, and isn't that just gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous. They're easy to do. So this card's going to have a few steps, but everything is super easy. So we've got that. So I went to bed. Now I'll have to tell you the design part of this. I went to bed without it completely designed. I had this part done and then I started fooling. Didn't like it. And I thought, okay, you know how your brain works on things while you're sleeping? Well, my brain kept working and I didn't sleep, but I finally got it together. All right. So let me show you this. My, these are on magnet cards that I get from a different company called Stampin Storage, and they're having their Labor Day sale, 15% off store-wide and free shipping for orders of 150 or more, minus some of the really big things, you know, I can't think of them off the top of my head, the big craft tables and stuff. So those are excluded, and it needs to be in the continental United States. So these magnet cards, super strong. I mean, I just can't, which is good. They hold our magnets. I can see them very easily, but easy to get off and use. And then I slide them into one of these storage pockets. So I'm giving you the codes for all of these. There we go. And so you can follow that link and save 15% through Monday. And then even my hybrid embossing folder slips right in here. So I can just keep everything so nicely, okay, together, say, as I catch it. So I keep it all together in one of these. But we need both of these. And even this slides in there nicely. Okay. So I need my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Let's hide that. But yeah, that sale is pretty sweet, right? I mean, we love saving money, and you can get your crafting supplies in your craft room organized and beautifully organized. So what I have here is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. There we go. And all right. Oh, and Miss Marcia is here. Got to get a couple things out of my way. All right. And I love how that just folds up, gets it out of my way. So I've got a couple things to do here. The first one, you know what, we'll go ahead and just die cut. I want to do a label die. And so I could use plate number 1 and plate number 2, but instead I'm going to use this magnetic platform. And this is something we used to carry, not anymore. And I gave mine away, so I had to go buy one, and that's the one I bought right there on Amazon. And there's that QR code, or it's listed under the video. And so either plate number 1 and plate number 2, or the magnetic platform makes up the difference for the two of those. Okay, so that's, you go ahead and set that up. We'll get our sandwich, and then we need a plate number 3. There we go. And then I have vellum cardstock. Again, something, see, Stampin' Up! Got me hooked on a lot of things and they quit carrying it. And so I found some on Amazon for you. So the vellum cardstock, because we're going to do our beautiful flowers, and I just didn't want to take away from them. And the vellum cardstock is going to allow the cards to really shine up. So I found that on Amazon. Okay, life is good. So a lot of different things to show you, but I'm so excited. All right, so that rough edge, that's the cutting edge. We'll place that down, and then the magnets are going to hold that in place for me. And then I need another cutting plate, a plate number 3. So go ahead and crank this through. I absolutely love our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So unless I tell you differently, Everything I'm using is available to order at my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. And this gives us, I don't know if we can see that, but it's a little bit of decoration. All right, so let's get this right back on that magnet card so I don't lose anything. Then we need to switch things out for our next sandwich. And here is the plate number 1 I was telling you about. And for thin metal dies, if you don't have the magnetic platform, you would use plate number 2. Oh, Miss Adelaide made it too. All right, so we've got that. And then I need my hybrid embossing folder. So 3D. And then look at this. This is one of the slickest things ever. The die fits right on it because we're going to die cut and emboss all at one time. I mean, seriously cool. All right, so let's do, I want to hold it in place. I like to see where I put it. There we go. Oh, you know what? I am not ready for that. I'm a lying skunk. We will do that in a minute. Okay, so right now we're doing this. Oh, I would have just had a heart attack if I had done that because my card, I would have had to start over. I'm not hyper. No one can accuse me of that. All right, so that's looking really good. All right, so I think I'm kind of close. Let me back up a little bit. There we go. All right, so you want this to go through hinge first. And the easiest way, the Stampin' Up! Logo facing you. And so I have this. Now I am going right on plate number 1. You might be thinking, oh my goodness, she's going to cut into it. No, we're not cutting. We're good. But what I need with the 3D embossing folder is plate number 4. This is a specialty plate. And if you've got the Sizzix Big Shot, your plates are the same size. This will fit. And you can order that separately. So then we'll crank this through. All right. And let me move this handle out of the way. I want to make sure the camera, there we go. And then look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All that embossing in that rainbow of color. Okay, so I was fooling around. I wanted to put some of the flowers on it. And I was doing everything in strawberry slush. And I just went to bed going, that's just not working. And then I tried a strawberry slush in 2 other colors. Like, ugh, that's even worse. And then I did them in white. And I didn't care for that. And then I sponged them. It's like, that's a little better. So what I have here is Timid Tiger. So I ended up not using strawberry slush for my flower at all. But let's do these one at a time because I overlapped them and I got a crease in one of them. So you don't want to do that. Well, thank you, Miss Marcia. All right. So same sandwich though, and I am cutting, but it's all within the embossing folder. I'm just fine. There we go. I'm not going to hurt a thing. So back with our specialty plate. Okay. And so we'll do this. Because, yeah, I try to save steps. And like I said, I got a little crease from the overlap. And I thought, no, it's not worth a little bit of time savings to have something, a finished project that's anything but ideal. I mean, I'm far from perfect. I was talking with a friend the other day, but I do the absolute best I can. All right. And this is what I like. I get to turn it over and see that I'm exactly where I need to be. Oh, Miss Marcia's going to be trying this. Oh, fantastic. Oh, good. She's going to have all the new in colors. And I, having it so bold, it works with the hibiscus, that's for sure. There we go. Are you seeing our flowers? I'm probably putting them out of the shot, but they're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. And please don't let me forget, I'm very excited about the other 2 projects I made to show you. All right, so let's put this back on. And it just even clicks into place. And so if you're just joining us and you haven't yet, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. That just means the world to me. It doesn't cost you a penny, just a quick flick of the wrist to like and share. And because this is my business, and every little bit helps. All right, there we go. I knew that was going to happen. Did you hear that? That was loud, huh? Sorry about that. And then our die cutting is done. So let's put that aside. And I'll explain as I'm putting these on there what happened and how it finally came together for me. Sometimes things fall together, and other times, I don't know about you, but I just fool and fool and fool. Isn't this beautiful? This is so doggone pretty. Okay, so we did their vellum. So let's go ahead and finish that. So I stamped first with the Secret Sea, and it was like, I don't like this. It's not working for me. So instead, we're going to do some embossing. I seem to be doing a lot of that lately. And what I have here is the white from the Wow Basics embossing powders. So you get all the basic colors: white, black, clear. The other one's escaping me. I'm pretty sure there are 4. And then this is the Embossing Additions Toolkit. This is one of those must-haves. Okay, first of all, you absolutely have to have the embossing buddy. And this, what it does, we rub over our paper. This happens to be cardstock, but it could be paper, because the ink, the Versamark ink that we're going to use right here, it stays wet longer, which is really nice for embossing. Let's come back in so you can see what I'm doing. But there's also oil in my hands. And so before we had the embossing buddy, we took a little tiny paintbrush trying to get off where it stuck to where we didn't want it to stick. Well, this was a game changer. So I have Happy Birthday, and that is from the Online Exclusives Charming Day stamp set. I love this. These are just so gorgeous. All right, so online exclusives, meaning it can disappear anytime. That's just changing the whole game, isn't it, with the online exclusives? And so my Versamark ink, there we go. And I can't see through this, but I can see around it. So hopefully I do a pretty good job, because I do not have a backup, because I was making those other projects. Oh, there we go. And see if you can see that. It's just a shade or 2 darker, but it stays wet nice long time. So this will capture all of the embossing powder, and then I'll be able to funnel it back in, and I have a brush when I'm done. Because embossing powder, if you don't, if you've got a way to capture it like this, it lasts a long time. And I like this part better than the melting it. When the powder sticks to it, look at that. Is that just the coolest thing? Well, it does get better when you emboss it, but that's my favorite part, because first time I saw that, I said, oh, I mean, who ever heard of such a thing? Hey, you know what? I want to talk to you for just a second about these. This is a red rubber stamp, saying I can't see through it. Starting with the November online exclusives, everything will be photopolymer. Stampin' Up! Is retiring the red rubber. Now, so that means any new product. If there are red rubber stamps, and there are in the annual catalog, they will continue supporting them as long as they can get the supplies, through the end of the catalog. And so that'll be through April. In April, they'll become last chance items, or whenever they put out the last chance list. And so the other night, Tuesday evening, because I do a live video every Tuesday. We clean the red rubber with a Stampin' Mist. Wonderful stuff, because it cleans and conditions your red rubber stamps on the Stampin' Scrub. And so on this side, you spray, and it has a little raindrops. This is the wet, your Stampin' Mist. The other side, you dry it. And so when I was designing that card, I thought, oh my goodness, because for the photopolymer, we use the Simply Chamois. They haven't told us, but it just makes sense to me. The Stampin' Mist and the Stampin' Scrub, I expect to be on that last chance list, for the 25-26 catalog. And so, once people start figuring stuff out like that, they'll become available only while supplies last. I'm not saying this quickly, but it's something you might want to start stocking up on, because I fully expect them to retire it. Like I said, that's not official from Stampin' Up, but I'm expecting it. All right, so now we need to do the coolest part, even though this is my favorite. I need to use this heat tool, and it gets really, really hot. And then my fingers get a little burned. So they came out with these tweezers. The tip is plastic, but I've got the strong metal here, so these are going to last forever, but the heat won't radiate up into the tip. And my other thing, look, I push to grab it, so I don't have to sit there and squeeze the whole time embossing. Just squeeze enough to grab it. And so the heat tool, super hot heat. You would never want to use this on your hair. Your hair dryer wouldn't be hot enough, but this is. And there are two settings. So that Versamark I told you is a pigment ink, and it dries a lot slower. It's thicker. And so sometimes you'll stamp with a pigment ink and you just want to dry it and get it going. That's what setting 1 is for. But setting 2, there we go. This is so we can emboss. And it takes a little bit to get going. It heats the paper up, and then once it does, and you can tell it gets shiny and opaque. Oh, there we go. I was shooting at the B, and I thought I was shooting at the H. Okay. And then once the paper gets heated up, it goes really quickly. Isn't that just beautiful? So now I have a nice, bold happy birthday, but it's not going to compete with our flowers. And so when I'm done, I look to see if there's anything powdery, because I can still go ahead, and I'm thinking that H's, I can go ahead and finish it. I've even done it the next day. And even finishing up my card this morning, I saw, after I even had it on there, thank goodness I didn't knock it off, I saw one of my letters wasn't shiny and finished it. There we go. So there's a lot of forgiveness with the pigment ink. Beautiful. So here are all of our elements. Okay, well, most. Of course, I have embellishments. All right, so let's go ahead and layer this on Timid Tiger. Oops. All right, and you know what I have discovered that I'm just loving is the tear and tape adhesive. And you literally just tear it, but it's working so great for the embossing. The mini glue dots, would be normally what I use, but since I've discovered this, I just get a really good hold. But, something that's deeply embossed, sometimes it'd be a little wavy on the side. Well, not with the tear and tape, because it's really easy to just do the whole perimeter, where not so likely with mini glue dots. All right, so I always press down, because if the adhesive is sticking well to the cardstock, it's got to make it easy to peel off the backing, right? And there we go. This time it didn't make a liar out of me. And so if you're just joining us, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. I sure would appreciate that. So we've got the 25-27 in color sale through Sunday, August 31st. 15% off virtually everything that's an in color. The cardstock, the ink pads, the refills, the Stampin' blends, embellishments, even designer series paper, if it has an in color in it. I've only seen one thing that wasn't including, and that was that huge scrapbooking kit. And so I've never seen a sale like this, and it's a lot of fun. And see, look, now with that tear and tape, and that's available to order in my online store. Look at that, nice and flat. I've never done that with mini glue dots, not with embossing. And then this surprised me, but I really liked it onto the strawberry slush. I'm not normally a pink and orange girl, but the tones, it's just what it had to be. Absolutely gorgeous. So this time, because, giving something a little lift adds a lot. So I've got the Stampin' Dimensionals here. And let's go ahead and these are foam adhesive dots, one in each corner. This is a really good size, so let's go ahead and support it with a couple more. There we go. Love these things. And peel those off. And suddenly, these are just coming off real easily. But if you ever have one that's not, press down with your thumbnail. It makes that edge pop up and super easy get off. Okay. So pretty. Like I said, normally that's not, but wow. And it makes the rest of the colors pop, doesn't it? And I know I'm going to need my mini glue dots. There, right there. Okay, so the flowers. So I had the flowers in, all in strawberry slush. Thinking, oh, that'll be really pretty. And it was just too much. And like I said, then I tried strawberry slush and these two. And like, oh, that's not right. And so I thought, wait a minute. When I went to this and arranged them where they were touching where they were with the ombre or the rainbow, it's like, oh, it all started blending in, part of the background, but still distinct. Like, okay, that works. All right, so of course we've got to add some dimension. So back with our Stampin' Dimensionals, and this one will go on first. Yeah, I had, with all the strawberry slush, I did the strawberry slush, with the stamp or the small blending brush. And that was okay, but they're just so pretty. Look at all that detail, just remarkable. So right here, so that's in that orange. Cool, huh? And then this will be next. So let's put some tear and tape right here because that's sitting on top. I don't want to put a dimensional or, on that side too, or be sitting all cattywampus. So Stampin' Dimensional down here. Let's press on there. So this will peel off better. So an easy card to make, a few steps, but so worth it. And okay, got to turn it that way. And that's into that yellow. Boy, when I figured that out and it started working, I was so excited. And so over here, and should we do a little bit of tear and tape? I even found out I can just tear it before putting it down too, which was handy for a small area like this. Okay. And then, of course, the last chance products, and this is one of those. So you'll have to check that out. There are a lot of gems over there in the last chance products. We'll tuck this in. And so do you like that where our flowers are blending in with our background, but still popping out? You'll have to let me know if you're liking that. And then this will go right over top. And, adhesive, it's really hard to hide adhesive on vellum. So we're going to take the mini glue dots. Here we go. That's not a dispenser, it's just a holder. I've got my take your pick tool. And I want to get this smaller, and I want to hide them behind the white embossing. There we go. Because adhesive, if it shows through, it's just not attractive. I remember there used to be people would get some vellum tape. You could still see it. So you look for places to hide your vellum, your adhesive on your vellum cardstock. And so the take your pick tool helps you get those smaller. And right across here. And don't forget, I've got 2 more projects to show you. Now, isn't that pretty? Can you imagine seeing Secret C? It just was, oh, that's all you could see was the Secret C. Oh, thank you, Miss Brenda. And then for our finishing touch, well, the 2527 in color, I thought it was flat pearls. Flat, not the color. Um, they don't raise up a lot, which is really nice. So you still have that look of them, but it's going to be easier to mail. So I always press down on the embellishment so the adhesive sticks to the embellishment and not the acetate sheet. And I decide a Secret C here, got some contrast going on, right? And then a small one. These come in 3 different sizes of the Darling Duckling. Bring that in over here. I don't know if I want to tighten that up a little bit. I try not to press till I'm done. And then down here, let's do a medium. So we did one of every size of the strawberry slush. Okay, I'm liking that. So let's press everywhere. And there we have our rainbow hibiscus card with the last chance. Happy Hibiscus, which it's here somewhere. Hybrid embossing folder. Well, I know it's here. Oh, yeah. As I was cleaning up. There we go with the hybrid embossing folder, meeting all of the dies. And see, there's another label die and leaves. This is a great set besides the embossing folder. And let's press that down. Didn't that turn out just lovely? So colorful. I know you've got someone in mind going, oh, I've got a friend who loves bright colors. This is, you know what? Her birthday's in September. She'll be getting this. Okay, so I told you I made a couple more projects. And actually, this next one's super simple. And I almost decided to do that, but that rainbow effect just made me so happy. Look at this. And using the in colors. And so the cloud cover cardstock, lightly with the Secret C on there, makes it stand out. And then our leaves in Secret C. And so simple, and again with the same embellishments. But on the crumb cake, doesn't that just pull in really well with the Timid Tiger? I love this card. And then, the other day I showed you for my Tuesday evening live stream, I did these seed packets from the Grow with Love bundle. There we go, last chance. Now this is discounted, both of these. This is discounted, I believe 20%, but in low inventory. And then all of these dies, I believe, are 40% off. Ooh, let's combine the whole seed packet thing. Aren't these just lovely? And look at that. If you missed that video, I can put a link into it after it's done uploading, but it's right below this one because it was just Tuesday. And so okay, so what's important about these seed packets, really what they are, and I was showing the other day, this is the size of a gift card. I have an actual gift card, perfectly sized. So you're going to be all set for, birthdays, thank yous, Christmas, whatever with this. And the Grow with Love bundle, 40% off the dies and low inventory. So you'll want to grab that. Don't get the bundle, get them separately because each of them are discounted. They never discount the bundle in the last chance. They always discount each of the products. So we're going to combine that with the Happy Hibiscus, the Grow with Love dies, that seed packet. And here we go. Didn't that turn out adorable? Now that God Bless, that tag, the die, it's from my Layers of Beauty bundle. There's a tag die in the Layers of Beauty dies and the God Bless from here, my nod to my husband. And so did you remember that these flowers are in here? Look at that. And so for a little bit of accent, so this is in the Strawberry Slush, and then we have the Timid Tiger and the Darling Duckling in the center, like I did here. But on my Timid Tiger, I did the cloud cover. So precious. And then there we go on the back, that will fit a gift card. So just tying the whole week together. And speaking of Tuesday evening, I am here every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time with a new live card making tutorial. It's usually a card. This last week it was gift card holders. And then this week Yeah. Oh, here's the one I just made. Very, very similar. Imagine that. Um, with 3 cards with the Happy Hibiscus hybrid embossing folder. Last chance. It'll be gone and you won't be able to make all of these. Oh, you know what I gotta tell you on this? This surprised me. This is the Secret Sea cardstock. It did make a difference. I used the cloud cover, my pad that I made, and sponged it on, and it did make that all stick out a little bit better in the tear and tape adhesive too. And this was fun because I have a rule with cards, I can't go off the edge. That was okay if I went off the edge. It's a gift card holder. Oh, Miss Brenda, yeah, the seed packets, the coolest thing ever. So there we go. For Friday afternoon leading into a 3-day holiday weekend, the Happy Hibiscus bundle with a rainbow hibiscus card and a couple bonus projects. So I'm so glad you joined me. And I thank everyone who gave it a thumbs up and a share and came in and said hello, because that's always good. Appreciate that. So let me come back. I hate to take it off of the projects because they're just so cool. But I'm going to put this up here so I can see if there are any comments. While I remind you of a couple more things. And there we go. All right. So now I can put this up. And I do need to remember to, oh, it's not, is it going to let me do that? Oh, there we go. All right, there it is. To link you also over to that video with the gift card holders with the seed packets. Cute, 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 cute. So there we go. That was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed my rainbow card and the bonus projects. And so again, I am here every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and you never know when I'll show up again. And you don't know because I don't know. I was hoping to go live today at 11, and yeah, that didn't work out because my card wasn't falling together. And so I'm not always sure. And so you just never know if it'll be a Friday or who knows. Last week, I think it was a Thursday. Oh, and Friday. So if you go ahead and subscribe, you get a notification on YouTube that I'm getting ready to go live. And so hit that subscribe button. And well, thank you, Miss Adelaide. And so you'll get notified anytime I'm about to go live. And so, yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you, Miss. You are so welcome, Miss Brenda. Oh, you're so sweet. So make sure to join me every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time. You know what? When you join me live, no ads. Those are put on afterwards. So, join me live and then come over and say hello, because I love chit-chatting with you all. It just makes this so much fun. So it is that time because those chairs, well, they were delivered. I did that, or we did, I should say, my idea. So I can't blame anybody. That church-wide yard sale at my house, the chairs were delivered and we need to go unpack them. And so when I'm done here, that's what I'm heading over to do. So it's that time for me to thank you once again for joining me for a live making tutorial. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Good afternoon.